All right, Nate, I know that you're loving the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
That's right. Justice for Amber Heard. I mean, is it Johnny Depp? I forgot what side I'm on again. But yeah, justice for one of them.
Okay, well, since you're on Amber Heard's side for the moment, we're going to cover a very important actress who's been called on the defense for Amber Heard. Unfortunately, from what I understand, it's a video deposition because this trial wants to torture us by watching stupid video depositions, but that's what we have today. Thank you very much, gods. Ugh. Ellen Barkin. Now, we've had problems. It's like everybody loves Johnny, right? His crew loves him, his staff, hell, the people who work for Amber, her assistants are going, we love Johnny. Johnny's great. Johnny loves my kid. Johnny wants to be a pirate.
From what it sounded like, her sister liked it better too. Like, damn, I wish Johnny would.
Maybe, but you know what? Maybe they found somebody. Maybe they found somebody who doesn't like Johnny so much. This is Ellen Barkin. Now, I'm a little older than you, Nate, so I can point out that Ellen Barkin was the thing. I mean, she was hot. Now, she's back in the 80s and 90s. She was in movies like Sea of Love with Al Pacino, and I think she even dated him. She was in Diner, old movie, but major, major. Tender Mercies, a really big movie. Eddie and the Cruisers, fantastic. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I think that's where she met Johnny Depp, is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Might have a little bit of a cougar thing going on here. Not completely sure. But her testimony, I'm blown away. It's supposed to be like 10 minutes long.
Yeah, essentially.
So
it's like 10, 11 minutes. So let's see it.
Let's see it. Okay. It should be at least somewhat digestible for us, I hope. And here we go.
Good morning, Ms. Barkin.
Good morning.
I think the first thing that would be very short, but very simple and clean for the record is if you could just describe kind of your career background. I know it's very lengthy, but just give a kind of brief summary of kind of when you started working and what you've done during your career.
I started acting professionally about 26 or 7. And I did theater, television, movies, lots of them. That's what I did for 40 years.
And in the course of your career acting in theater, television, movies, etc., did you come to meet a person by the name of Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Can you specify in time, Ms. Barkin?
Okay, you know these depositions well. That looked like a jump cut. Are they cutting things? Are they cutting things out?
Yes. There's certain things that are hearsay, things that are irrelevant. Like she may have given her a full address because sometimes you'll ask for the person to give the address or phone number, or whatever. So yeah, things are cut if they're going to be played live in court. It's like you ever hear when they submit the documents, they'll be like, here's the document, but here's a redacted version before we publish it. So this is essentially redacting it.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure because I saw that. I was like, oh, there's a jump cut there. But I mean, dude, you're the lawyer, man. I don't know.
You'll see more of them. You'll see more of them. Even with sometimes the lawyer's questions. And
wow, she doesn't look pleased to be there.
No. But it's I want to hear about this relationship because this is their star witness. This is supposed to be the person who's going to put Johnny as the abuser. Amber wasn't the only one. That's what they're trying to say. This is going to solidify that.
And when you met him?
I would say 1990.
And upon or after meeting him, did there come a time when you became
That's 21 Jump Street days.
Yes.
And can you describe how that happened?
We just developed a friendship over time that lasted, I guess, if we met in the 90s, maybe 10 years, a little less.
And fair to say that Mr. Depp at the time was also an actor, a professional actor?
Yes.
Did you act in any film, stage, or TV productions with Mr. Depp?
Yes, I was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
How often would you see Mr. Depp?
Boom.
When I lived in New York, usually whenever I go to LA, if I were in LA, I'd see him once a week, maybe more. I mean, the friendship went up and down, living on different coasts.
And
Well, hold on. Can you pause it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it feels like shrunk. No, you know what? So it seems like they were friends for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
From 1990.
She said friends, though. Yeah, she said friends, though. It wasn't. I don't know if it was a full relationship here.
Well, it's right now 2022. So she said they were friends for 10 years and that started in 1990. That's 2000. So it's 22 years that they haven't been friends. From again, that's from giving testimony. But lawyers are bad at math, so does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously an older relationship. Before he was with his French, I don't know what you say, paramour, because he had kids with her. He wasn't ever married to her, but he had a long-term relationship with Valerie, I think her name was.
Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure.
So, yeah, this is preceding that.
Come a time when your friendship with Mr. Depp.
Wow, a lot of cuts in there. There was like 4 cuts in one little sequence there. I wonder what was going on here. Okay, hold on.
Depp taking a romantic turn.
After I had moved to Hollywood, and he, switched the buttons.
Recall what year you moved to Hollywood?
Yes, 1994.
When you say switch the buttons, can you tell me what you meant by that?
The friendship went from a purely platonic friendship to a romantic one.
Johnny put the moves on her.
The buttons were switched.
At that point in 1994, when the relationship turned romantic, to your
change that to sexual.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was romantic. It was sexual.
Okay. There we go. Get it on, girl. Hold on, let me get back.
To sexual.
Thank you.
For how long did your relationship with Mr. Depp remain sexual?
Several months. Anywhere between 3 and 5, 6.
She doesn't look dissatisfied.
Yeah.
And during that period, how often would you see Mr. Depp? That period when it was sexual?
I'd say I'd see him 3 or 4 times a week.
And again, I'm not looking to pry into private details, but can you tell me like where you would see him? Just give me some sense of that.
Yeah, he would come to my house, or I would go to his house.
And both houses in L.A.?
Yes, about 10-minute drive apart from each other.
And at either when you were at his house, where you didn't stay the night, or where you were at his house when you did stay the night, were there other people in the house who saw you there? Who would those people be?
He had an assistant. His sister.
Sister back then.
That's all I can remember now.
Do you recall the name of the assistant?
I don't know his name. He was referred to as Pig.
He was referred to by whom as Pig?
Johnny Depp.
At any point that you were either initially
It sounds
friends
ridiculous,
and
but then again,
sexual
maybe
with Mr.
Johnny Depp
Depp,
being a guitar player is like a Grateful
were you
Dead fan.
aware that
Maybe.
he,
And didn't they have Pigpen as like a
agreed to
major
accept?
play?
I
mean,
was always aware.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
It is
Can-
weird. I
Can
admit
you
it.
explain how you were
I'm
aware
giving
of
some
that?
credit.
He was drunk
Maybe
all
it's
the
a fun weird name.
A lot of the
It's
time.
a little off. I don't know. Pick up. Yeah.
And that would apply
Hey,
both
Pig,
when you
don't
were
give me blah, blah,
initially
blah.
friends and then later
Was he
when
a
it
cop?
became
Maybe he
sexual.
was a cop. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And what was he drunk?
Well, you're the cop, man. Go ahead. You've got carte blanche.
Drunk.
He was a red wine drinker.
Okay. In addition to alcohol, were you aware at that time that Mr. Depp Was
She
taking
looks
any
like it.
prescription medication?
No.
Same question, Mr. Barkin, for illegal
Well, pick one.
substances.
Yes.
Same question. And what illegal substances?
Hallucinogenics, cocaine, marijuana.
Another skip.
Hallucinogenics. Can you say specifically what those were?
I don't really know.
Look at his smug face.
Called me and
Sorry.
told me he was tripping.
With respect to any of that, hallucinogenics, cocaine, or marijuana, did he do any of that in your presence?
Mr. Barkin.
Yes,
Mr.
More
Barkin.
than once?
Hold
all
on.
the time.
When you say all the
So was that misgendered just then?
I think that Ellen has always been Ellen female, but yes, I think she was
Can we rewind it
misgendered.
back?
Of course.
was taking any prescription medication?
No.
Okay. Same question, Mr. Barkin, for illegal.
Yeah.
Mister, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely misgendered.
I mean, she looks like she's had some work done and everything, but I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't say Mr. Yeah, Mr.'s a little far. How the mighty have fallen.
Substances.
Yes.
Same question. And what illegal substances?
I love these skips at these little points. It's very interesting, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. The hallucinogenic, though they may not be illegal. I think what she said before, maybe hard cocaine from Colombia, my friend.
Maybe.
Let's just cut that out. We ain't got to name certain things. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what could, but it wasn't something they wanted to share. And both
It
sides
is
agreed that it shouldn't be shared.
very, very interesting, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Yep, there it
But
is.
then again-
Cocaine, marijuana.
Cocaine, marijuana.
Hallucinogenics. Can you say specifically what those were?
I don't really know. He called me and told me he was tripping.
Okay, let's point something out here, though. I don't know. He was always drunk, da-da-da. But yet, girl, you're the one having the sexual relationship with him. Obviously, you didn't have a problem. I mean,
Yes.
it's like we can have a judgmental tone now, but am I hearing correctly? She was sleeping with him after all this time. He's always been drunk as far as she's ever known him. And that didn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah.
Seems to be a problem for her now, but not then.
I don't. But I haven't. She doesn't seem to say she's just saying. Because the questions are pretty like.
Sure.
Was he doing this right? So she's kind of I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like she's judging it either way. She's just telling it like, yeah. So this is what it is. I don't know. That's the way I'm just taking her testimony as of right now. It's very unemotional, right? It's just like
It's meaningless at the moment.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Amber or any of this, right?
Yeah.
Other than what we already know, that Johnny Depp does drugs. Did you know that, Nate?
that's we heard that from Johnny Depp. So
And just about everybody else, ad nauseum.
With respect to any of that, hallucinogenics, cocaine, or marijuana, did he do any of that in your presence?
Yes,
More than once?
all the time.
When you say all the time, how many times, again, in the period that you were both first friends and then sexual with Mr. Depp, do you think you saw him?
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I just know he was always drinking or smoking a joint.
Who cares?
Would it be fair to say more than at least dozens of
none of
times?
this is
Yeah.
relevant.
Over the full course, oh yeah.
Did you ever observe, Ms. Barkin, Mr. Depp's behavior change when he drank more or used more drugs?
I did not.
Now, sorry to stop
That's
it.
significant because he said that too.
Yes, but also don't forget that's Amber's whole theory of the case. Her whole theory of the case is when Johnny drinks, he turns into, quote, the monster. And the monster is who beats her. The monster is who does all these things. So this person is actually testifying against Amber Heard's claim of the monster and saying he doesn't become that way. He's just Johnny.
Yeah, and by the way, Johnny said that same thing, that he has such a high tolerance. He's done so much of this crap that he only does it to reach a normality. Not even getting high, but just to
function,
even out, which is really sad, but I won't go into that.
So he was kind of the same all the time, fair to say?
It was not the same. He was high.
Did there come a time, Ms. Barkin, when Mr. Depp acted in a way that was out of control with you?
Yes. Mr. Depp threw a wine bottle across the room, the hotel room on one instance in Las Vegas while we were shooting Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Was something about to happen?
A fight was going on.
Between you and Mr. Depp?
No.
Who was the fight between?
Between Johnny Depp and his friends in the room, the assistant. Honestly, I don't remember.
And the bottle do you remember sitting here today, Ms. Barkin, whether the bottle was full of wine or empty?
I don't.
Sitting here today, Ms. Barkin, do you remember whether the bottle hit you?
No, it did not.
Did the bottle hit anyone else?
No, it did not.
Approximately how far away from you was Mr. Depp when he threw the bottle?
So he's a threat to bottles and furniture?
Yeah, and one of the it's like, I'm trying to see if I just want to make sure he didn't throw the bottle even near her. It seems like he threw the
across
bottle
the
away from
room.
her.
She said he was across the room.
Yeah,
and it was across the room.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't throw it towards you, right?
Well, but she wasn't even in the fight with him. He was in the fight with other people, and they weren't even women.
And the bottle, and he threw it to a place in the room where nobody was at. Yeah,
I'm having trouble finding this to be a giant issue.
Oh no, this is a big nothing burger. This is a huge nothing burger. I'm just trying to give it the benefit of the doubt in any possible way, but this is,
across the room.
Finish playing it out. Let's see what she does. It's almost done, right?
Table, or a little further down. It was a toss.
A toss.
And
a toss.
God.
Stop it.
Sitting here today, if the bottle.
We don't even got to throw it anymore. It was thrown across the room. Now, no, it wasn't. It was a toss.
A toss.
So
he threw. Jesus, you don't even know he was even. I don't even know it was aggressive. A toss is not aggression.
Yeah, a toss is not aggression.
A toss. Oh my God.
Yeah. This is over.
This is a star witness
for Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
For being a peaceful man.
Oh my God. No wonder Ben Shue sitting there sharing my expression every time they flash to them. Like, what you doing there, Johnny? I really don't care what's going on up here.
And was it in your direction?
Yes.
Were there other people standing around you?
Yes.
So he threw it in your direction at a group of people?
Yes.
Whose hotel room was it?
His, Johnny Depp's.
He
did.
How did it come about that Mr. Depp broke off your relationship?
I went to go home. There was a big goodbye, crying, a lot of jealous, don't do this, don't do that. And I never heard from him again after that.
And did Mr. Depp not want you to go back to Los Angeles at the time?
Yes, he didn't want me to go. I was only supposed to be there for 2 days. I stayed for longer.
And you just referenced, you just used the word jealous. How did that come up? What did he say that indicated to you that he was jealous?
He's just a jealous man, controlling. Where are you going? Who are you going with? What did you do last night? I had a scratch on my back once that got him very, very angry because he insisted it came from me having sex with a person who wasn't him.
During the time that you were in a sexual relationship with Mr. Depp, was it common?
Okay, so I guess this is it. He's controlling. We have 30 seconds left to go, so we'll play it out and see.
Yeah, very common.
And when, in these instances, when Mr. Depp became jealous or controlling, did he also become angry?
Yeah. And demanding.
Wow. He might toss a bottle, Nate.
Well, whenever you're, one thing about being at trial, it's not about what's being said, but the narrative that can be built upon what's being said. So I think the narrative that they're trying to build with this is that Johnny is
jealous,
a very jealous man. And Elaine Birkin, even though a great woman that she is, you look and you see her on the screen. She's not Ellen Barkin. She is not Amber Heard. Right? No. Amber Heard's a young thoroughbred from Austin, Texas. You know, daddy. She's wrestling horses out there. You know, she's country girl. Meeting Johnny Depp, Kentucky boy. You Southern gentlemen. And I think the story she's trying to weave is that Johnny Depp is one of two people. The Johnny Depp everyone, because she has to explain two things. She's got to explain how comes everybody loves Johnny Depp, as you said earlier. Remember you said everybody loves Johnny, everybody loves Johnny. So she's got to explain that, why everybody loves Johnny, but everybody doesn't know Johnny. They love Johnny because that's the persona, that's his acting. But when he comes home, he's the monster, the abuser.
But I didn't hear monster.
This, that. And to prove that he's the monster, he's jealous. Who are you with? Who are you with? And exactly what Ellen, right?
Ellen, yeah.
Ellen Birkin says.
Barkin.
Which she says.
She's so memorable. Nate's going to be like, I worship her. Obviously, you liked her better younger, Nate, because right now you're like, what's her nose? I'm forgetting. Yeah, what's her nose?
Well, one thing, I will say, I think Ellen corroborated the jealousy narrative, right? Because she seemed credible to me. She seemed pretty credible to me. I think she corroborated the jealousy narrative, but to me, the jealousy wasn't, I'm going to beat you up and abuse you. The jealousy was, he was just a jealous guy. That does, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being jealous and being violent and being just being a jealous person, because I know guys who are jealous, but they're not going to go beat up their wife, right?
Also 30 years ago.
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago, much younger guy.
Yes. And you could see by her reaction, she was like, yeah, he was jealous of this. But so what? So one time I got to stretch my back, he freaked out. Johnny, relax. Then then all of a sudden he's in tears. We can't go on like this. Big send-off and a Hollywood send-off, and I never saw him again. That's the kind of the way she told the story. It wasn't like he was being serious about it, right? It was like, it happened. But if she was like, no, I was like, I was in the closet, and he was like, bring your ass out here, or, because I know I smell him on
Johnny.
You. Yeah. That's not, I didn't get that story from her.
No, I didn't get that at all. And actually, you know what? I think that I can substantiate it by the fact that there's only one lawyer asking questions, and it ended, right?
Yeah.
That tells me that the plaintiff said, so what? It was a big fat, who cares? Because they didn't even cross her.
Well, they need to. What did she say that really hurt you? She
I didn't hear anything.
She gives
that. He tossed a bottle.
The problem is the defense is so far behind. It's like you're 30 points behind and you hit 1-3. Now you're 27 points back, right? You're moving in the right direction, but we only got 2 minutes in the game left, right? It's going to be tough for you to get there. And I think that's what's going on with the Amber Heard's team. They're making these small little calculated steps, but they're so far behind in the race. They only got 8 hours left. Tomorrow is their last day to put on witnesses. So tomorrow's going to be their last hurrah. I mean, not tomorrow. Monday is going to be their last hurrah. So by
the way, they have 8 hours left.
Yeah.
8 hours. No, that's 8 hours for witnesses and closing arguments.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said,
man,
Monday's probably going to be their last hurrah. Now, I'm assuming we're going to get their best piece of evidence last, because that's what you need to go out on. You need to go out on something big. I think that's why you put on Amber early, because now day 3, but the thing is, her stuff was so bad. We still talking about it. Even going to be talking about it next week. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they'll get their best witness on to do something. But I think right now, at the end of the day, if you're a betting man, I think you're betting on Johnny Depp to win this case. It's looking real favorable for him right now.
I don't know. What do you think, everyone? Please comment below. Are we all wet? I think it's a big fat nothing burger. I think Nate is giving it too much credit. I think the whole testimony was a joke. It was cutting into their time. The only advantage, it was only 10 minutes. So it's like, okay, for 10 minutes, you can waste your time on that. But other than that, it was almost ludicrous, because you had all this buildup, and I feel it was nothing. It was like, wait a minute. I was on with Viva Fry. He only went on today because the famous Ellen Barkin was going to come on and put this big dispute there for a 10-minute nothing burger.
Yeah, but don't forget, though. I think, well, if you're the jury, you didn't know she was coming on, right? You wouldn't have known. So for them, I think it's going to be a different experience. And I think if you're looking just to see what she was able to give you, it's kind of like, she didn't give me nothing, but she gave me this. But we all know, and I think you and Viva are right. I don't think this. I think if this witness comes on, it doesn't come on. It doesn't move the needle. But if I can see a world in which they say jealousy, angry, that type of thing. We want that can at least corroborate what she says about that. All the other stuff is nonsense.
All right. Well, folks, tell us. Comment below. We really want to know your opinion and help us figure it out. Until next time, later.